My family owns a piece of property located about 20 minutes outside of Duluth, which is home to a mix of agricultural land, forests, and woodland areas. The area I'm focusing on is a 6-acre red pine plantation on the north part of the property. This red pine stand was artificially planted in 1994, giving it an approximate age of 25 years. Red pine, also known as Norway pine, is the most widely planted species in the Lake States. It favors well-drained, acidic, sandy soils. Prior to planting in 1994, this site was a gravel bed with dry mesic soils, making it suitable for red pine. Red pine is shade intolerant. It is also a long-lived species with individual trees capable of living up to 400 years. Red pine is fire adapted, and historically fires have been important for opening up the canopy and facilitating regeneration. While the stand is predominantly red pine, it also includes scattered alder, hazel, chokecherry, and raspberry. The diameter distribution of this even-age stand is unimodal, with an average diameter at breast height of about 7 inches. Because this is a plantation, we see limited vertical structure differences due to uniform heights in a single canopy. The stand was planted in rows with regular and systematic spacing of 8 feet between each individual tree. There are few to no snags, coarse woody debris, or low cover. The stand is currently overstocked, and if left as is, tree growth and health will diminish because trees are too crowded and are in competition for resources such as light, water, and soil nutrients. Using Oliver and Larson as a reference, this stand is in the later stem exclusion stage, characterized by trees grown in height and stature with little light penetrating the canopy and reaching the forest floor. Growing space is occupied and new stems are prevented from establishing. Because this is an artificially planted even-age stand, we see few differences in surviving trees' height and diameter, as opposed to what we would see in this phase of a natural stand. To best manage the stand, I have 2 goals. The first is to perpetuate a healthy woodland that continues to be sustainable for future generations and enhances wildlife habitat. The second is to create an economic return while maintaining red pine on the site. To achieve these goals, we will need to mechanically thin the stand, removing about 1/3 of the trees, or every 3rd row, within the next 5 years. Thinning will create access rows for harvesting equipment as needed. Periodically thinning the stand will create better spacing, which encourages optimum tree growth and health, and also reduces surrounding competition, which reduces tree stress and potential insect infestations. Thinning will also encourage more canopy layering. At the moment, this is a single canopy stand, so layering will improve the site for wildlife habitat. Once the trees reach about 14 inches in diameter, I would recommend a seed tree harvest because regeneration of red pine is best in full sunlight. Because there is a large presence of deer on this site, I would recommend bud capping to aid with seedling growth after regeneration. Paper bud caps are an easy, affordable way to protect seedlings from deer browse. A tree seedling will continue to grow vertically if the terminal bud is not damaged. Once the tree has reached about 3 feet and is no longer palatable for deer, there is no longer a need to apply these caps. This is an even-age plantation with little to no structural differences, coarse woody debris, or low cover, so I would not recommend any intermediate treatments prior to the first thinning, but I would recommend implementing a cleaning treatment after the initial thinning and before the final harvest. Cleaning is a release treatment made not past the sapling stage to free the favored trees from less desirable individuals of the same age class that overtop them, or are likely to. The purpose of cleaning is to influence composition of the stand from an early age. To achieve the goals mentioned earlier, I would recommend a seed tree harvest, where 5 or more scattered trees are left per acre to provide seeds for a new forest stand. The trees are selected based on their desirable structure and health qualities. Leaving seed trees ensures we will maintain red pine on the site and also allows for wildlife to benefit. Seed trees are great nesting sites for many birds. Also, if the seed trees are left on the site indefinitely, they will eventually become snags, which are important habitat components for many species.